Well, let me start on the revenue in the diagnostics reagents business. So we've seen a very strong growth, 130% year on year, order book and revenue, so very pleasing. And also the group saw strong revenue growth, 4.1 million. But a real focus for that business is around the licensing deals. And we have a strong pipeline, continuing to work with partners to deliver those license deals. What we are seeing is that those license deals are taking a long time to come through. Large partners, fairly slow in conducting those evaluations. So what we're doing now is we're also developing our own products. That moves us up the value chain, and those are for licensing. We should get to licensing deals quicker. On the therapeutic side of the business, over the last 12 months, we've delivered, close to $500 million worth of potential earnings for the company with LG Chem and ADC Therapeutics. Moderna exercised their commercial option to take some AFMAs through into development and hopefully commercialisation. And I think particularly exciting for us is the Tufts collaboration. And the precision platform that we are working on with Tufts has delivered its first drug candidate, well ahead of where we expected that to be, and we'll take that into the clinic next year. AVA 6000, as I said, is a development around the precision platform, which is a way of activating chemotherapy within the tumour microenvironment to prevent healthy tissues from being exposed to those toxins. And AVA 6000 is a prodrug form of doxorubicin. So doxorubicin is a standard of care for soft tissue sarcoma, for example, like breast cancer, gastric cancer. And what the precision platform does is allow us to activate that chemotherapy only in the tumour microenvironment. And that spares healthy tissues such as the heart, and its cardiotoxicity, which really limits the use of that very effective chemotherapy. What we've seen in animals is a dramatic reduction in the exposure of the heart. So the safety profile of our AVA 6000 Pro-doxorubicin is considerably better in animals. So if we can recapitulate that data next year in a human study, phase 1 study in the second half of next year, then that's an extremely valuable asset that expands the market for doxorubicin through improved safety, through longer duration of treatment and so on. The LG Chem deal, although I can't go into a lot of details around oncology and inflammatory disease, we initiated the first program in January of this year. That's gone extremely well. And obviously sufficiently well for LG Chem to have the confidence to now nominate the second and the third targets, which we're starting simultaneously. So all of that work is fully funded by LG Chem, and all of those programs have potential milestones during development. As you will have got from my answer about AVA 6000, we're extremely excited about that particular program. We're going to focus our resources on that. It is without doubt, the nearest major value inflection point. The clinical data, should be transformative for the company. So the main focus is around AVA 6000, taking that into the clinic next year, but also continuing that very good collaboration with Tufts around the TMAC platform. So ADC Therapeutics is a Swiss-based biotech. They are developing what are called antibody-drug conjugates. So this is where antibodies are combined with drugs to target those drugs into the tumour. And our collaboration with ADC Therapeutics is around making AFMA drug conjugates, so replacing the antibody with the AFMA. There's a number of technical benefits to doing that, but the most obvious one is the small size of the AFMA. So it's about 10 times smaller than an antibody, and therefore you get much greater tissue penetration, solid tumour penetration with an AFMA drug conjugate. And ADC Therapeutics, their main USP is the drug warhead that they have, and they've licensed something called PBD, which is licensed from AZ, and AZ are heavy backers of ADC.